What's up, guys? Nate Fenton, Breaking Point Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, here with Victor. We're going to show you guys some De La Riva stuff. We're going to work a what we call a dummy sweep into a common reaction that will give us a single-legged X entry. Okay, so I'll have Vic stand up. Talk about some details with De La Riva. I'm going to be sitting on my partner's toes, so my butt cheek is on the toes here. If we're off to the side, we got to use our foot on the thigh to lift our hips up. Make sure we're butt on toe. This hand, we can control the heel or we can control the pants. Preference there, I like the pants. Harder for my partner to get away from me. So this leg here is going to wrap toes underneath, flaring my toes on the inner thigh. We call this sticky feet, right? We're activating our toes so that this instep here is making a good connection underneath my partner's hamstring. From here, it's just this slight inward pressure of my shin, right, by bringing my knee in, which controls which direction Vic's knee can now point. If he wants to start setting up his passes and attacking me from here, he's got to disconnect these points of control. So I want to make sure that each of them is in place so that I can maintain this position. This other hand can be controlling at a sleeve, belt, collar, far sleeve, all sorts of different grips. They're going to give us different options. Today we're going to keep it really simple. Often my partner's going to be fighting my De La Riva, so they'll be putting their hands down here like this. Sometimes they might be grabbing at my collar like this, but they'll be using like elbow and forearm to kind of fight this leg. And once they pop this off, they have some mobility here to start to pass my De La Riva guard. So I want to really keep my toes activated, and I kind of need to keep a close eye on what Vic's doing with his hand. We're going to do a really simple sweep today, and it's going to address this threat. Okay, so I'm going to do a sleeve grip. I'm going to lift my hips up, and I'm going to pull across my body here. Okay, that disengages that collar grip, and now it gives me a safe and comfortable De La Riva position where I'm not too worried about him popping it off before I'm ready to attack. What it also does is it exposes his hip here, okay? If Vic is back here fighting my leg here, I need this heel on the hip to do this sweep we're about to do, and if he's using his elbow and forearm here to fight my leg, I'll never be able to get into that pocket. So this is a nice little grip here once we pull this across to clear the path for my heel now to go right here. From here, my foot that's on the thigh is going to hook underneath the hamstring on the other side, like I'm hooking behind the knee. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull on the ankle, I'm going to push through the hip, and I'm going to kind of pull slightly on the side of the knee here. These are mostly just, the connections on the legs are mostly just door stops, meaning like I'm just stopping his legs from going anywhere, and my leg here is going to drive kind of at a 45 to my side here. And I'm going to get Vic to kind of fall off to this side. Okay, as he falls, come over on this side. You'll notice that this foot here is not going to stay out on the top of my partner's leg, and it's not going to kick out, because for me to sit up now, it's going to be very awkward. I'll have to like sit up through my leg. So what I'll do is I'll transition this off as he's falling, and I'll bring my heel to my butt so that I can technical sit up into a top position. So one more time. We'll have our De La Riva, okay? I like to do it with the pants, but again, there's a little bit of preference. Make sure we're sitting on the toes here. You can start with this, but for this attack, I want to clear the pass, so I'm going to grab, hip, and clear. From here, I can connect, hook, kick, and pull. Bring my foot out and come up into my technical stand-up. Now, one other thing that will happen, right? Do all this. As I dump Vic, if I lose this, or my partner is like Vic is, it's like a kitty cat and he never falls down, right? He just keeps sitting up faster than I can sit up. What can happen here is that as Vic is giving me a lot of resistance here, come up. As he's giving me a lot of resistance, if I can't finish this position, what I'm going to do is I'm going to extract this foot off the hip and go under my partner, pulling my hips forward and shooting my hips up into the single-legged X attack. Okay, so one more from the De La Riva. This can also happen if your partner like grabs at a collar or a belt and they've got like a bit of an anchor to you. So you're trying to like push them through and you just can't quite get them all the way down. I'm gonna use this foot on the hip now, and it's gonna come down and under. I'm gonna pull myself with this other shin on the knee here and my grips. I'm gonna do like a forward elbow escape to pull my hips underneath my partner. Then I can bring this foot behind the butt, this foot goes to the hip, and I make sure that my hips shoot up to the ceiling, and I pinch my knees above his knee. So right now my lower back's on the mat. We can never do this or there's no control on Vic's leg. Hips up, pinch the knees. That gives me a nice tight bite on the leg. And then what I do is I twist like I'm looking up and over my shoulder in the air. that will launch my partner. Come back up. If I get the momentum, just like the last one, I can suck this bottom leg out and do what we call technical stand up to just take the sweep. So as I come up, foot comes under. See that? I'm at an angle at a 45. Suck the foot up, hand to hip, hand to knee, enter into headquarters with the pass from there. All the way through now. That's it. Go do it.